Henry Aaron was born February 5th, 1934 in Mobile, Alabama. His dad was a shipyard worker and a tavern owner. The family had little money and Aaron took several jobs to try to help out. He took an early interest in sports. In 1951, he signed to play shortstop for the Indianapolis Clowns of the Negro Baseball League for the 1952 season. The Negro Leagues was exclusively for blacks. Prior to 1947, blacks were not allowed to play in the major or the minor leagues. They had to travel on their own buses, go to the back of restaurants to order food, could not use the bathrooms unless they were designated for coloreds only, had to change into their uniforms on the bus or behind the ballpark, could not stay in accommodations unless it was on the black side of town, and they could not be in some towns after sundown. But someone realized that there was great talent in the league, and a lot of it. And don't let anyone fool you, the only color that ultimately mattered was green. And that is normally the case. Now, his numbers during his first year in the minors were impressive, and he won the league's Rookie of the Year award. He broke into the major leagues in the fall of 1954. During the 1974 baseball season, it was clear that he could possibly break Babe Ruth's record for home runs. As he was getting closer to the record, people were starting to pay attention to his games. So now, the date was April 8th, 1974. A crowd of 54,000 people were in attendance for the game in Atlanta. He walked and scored in the second inning, and he was back at the plate in the fourth inning. Now, Braves announcer Milo Hamilton was calling the game. Listen, when the pitch was thrown, you could tell when it left the bat that that thing was gone. And if you look at the footage, you'll see Aaron looked up, Al Downing, the pitcher, looked up and back, and everyone in the stadium knew it was gone.
There's a drive into left center field. That ball is going to be out of here. It's gone. It's 7:15. There's a new home run champion of all time, and it's Henry Aaron. The fireworks are going. Henry Aaron is coming around third. His teammates are at home plate, and listen to this crowd. A sellout crowd is cheering Henry Aaron, the home run king of all time.
One of the humblest individuals ever was rounding the bases like it was just another home run. Just as he rounded second base, two white college students caught up with him to congratulate him. Hey, I mean, that's what college kids do, right? Run out in the middle of the field, right? But it startled Hank Aaron. When he came home, the stadium was uproarious. They stopped the game for a moment to celebrate. They brought his parents out. He later talked about how hard his mother hugged him. You know, he said she had never hugged him that tight before. But how was Hank Aaron feeling about all of this? He said he was, quote, grateful to God that it was all over, unquote. He ended his career with a batting average of .305, 3,771 hits, and 755 home runs. But now, this is what's interesting about this story. At the beginning of the 1974 season, Sports Illustrated wrote, "Is this to be the year in which Aaron, at the age of 39, takes a moonwalk above one of the most hallowed individual records in American sport? Or will it be remembered as the season in which Aaron, the most dignified of athletes, was besieged with hate mail and trapped by the cobwebs and goblins that lurk in baseball's attic?" During the time, he started receiving nasty letters and death threats. Many of them were to the effect that, no Negro, and I'm keeping this G-rated, should break the great Babe Ruth's record. They threatened to kill him before it happened. That's why, when those two college kids ran on the field, it startled him because he didn't know what they were going to do. Threatening to kill someone over a record? Over a game? Now, where do you think that comes from? And we've been dealing with this issue for a long time, and we're still dealing with it today. See, here's the bottom line. If you want a team to be great, if you are talking about making the team great, if you're talking about making the team great again, it means only one thing: that you put the best players on the field. That's it. You can aspire to make a team great, but you can't put your friends, your relatives, or people who you owe favors to on the roster if you're trying to win. Now, if you're trying to do something else, fine, go right ahead, but you're not going to win doing that. Why wouldn't you want the best players on the field regardless of what they look like? Let me tell you, if you don't put the best players on the field, you're going to lose some games. And you lose enough games, you'll lose a season. You lose enough seasons, you will be a perennial loser. And as a coach, you'll lose your job. Someone else will take your position as the best, and no one will even remember that you ever existed. Hank Aaron was a very humble man, and he always attributed his gift as being given to him by God. But he said he had to use his mind to utilize his gift correctly. When someone like him, or anyone for that matter, passes, we have to ask the question, did we receive everything from that individual that we were supposed to receive? Every parent wants his child to exceed him. God have mercy on us. Especially when we say that we are a Christian nation and looking at how we have treated our own. Lord help us. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. Check out our website at www.jwmhistoryalive.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you want more films, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at John W. McCaskill. This is John W. McCaskill, History Alive.